Okay, welcome to a lovely Saturday morning here in England. The time is 10:25 and the date is the 26th of November 2022. We've had a small team this weekend over the last two weekends, but what a great quality bunch of guys it's been. And the first bunch of people we've got coming up is Alex and his team, which is going to be team one for today. So, Alex, as soon as I hear your voice, my friend, and I do wish you all the very best of luck because these are small groups. This is hard to do with such small groups. And if this does get uploaded to YouTube, I want people watching this to know that the fact I could put you in a team of four and a team of five is a massive compliment to the quality of you nine people because in the past I've had 10 people and I've had to keep them as one team because I didn't dare divide them into two fives. So this is a huge compliment to you guys that I've been able to do that. And Alex, as soon as I hear your voice, my friend, I will
Sergio.
start the timer. Oh, it's Sergio's voice, isn't it? So as soon as I hear Sergio's voice, I will start the timer.
Okay, so let me start from sharing the screen.
Okay, I
So I
won't
will
start
open
the
the
timer. I
presentation.
won't start the timer until you're official.
Okay, 1 second. Let me know. Can you see my screen now with the
Yep,
presentation?
yep.
Okay, so hello everyone. Today with my colleagues, managers responsible for different fields of this project, we would like to present you our first thoughts and how we are planning and how we are seeing to accomplish this project. So thank you for choosing us and our company to build these fantastic family brick and block houses in Bramley Close. So after taking our time, this is I will start from site plan to present you how we are seeing it and how we want to make it work to make sure that everyone is safe and the public area is separated from construction. So first of all, definitely what you can see here that the brown line is the main hoarding, the one that will separate our site from the neighborhood. As well here, these lines, so just explaining what you can see on this one for your better understanding. The blue lines, they're barriers, okay? The barriers on the side. So it's not a hoarding, it's just like the barriers. So now, this is our site plan. This is our project, those 6 houses. Here will be a welfare area with the cabins, but to cabins I will come shortly. As well, before that, we would like to hire some parking area here nearby, so our workers, our guests, they can park outside of the site. As well, we would like to separate, the traffic. So this is a closer look to it. This shows our traffic plan management. So this is going to be our main gate, gate number 1. Here is we are planning to put gate number 2. And as you can see as well, we have some areas where we can pass. It will be like this one to the crane. We are planning to have one crane to get through it. And here will be another one. But about every single area, I will tell you as well shortly. Location of the cabins. So as I mentioned, we are planning to have this nice and lovely welfare area. The entrance here inside inside that welfare will be from this side of the road, and basically actually we have we designed 3 entrances. This is from the main entrance. This is the entrance to the construction site where workers they can come to the specific houses they're working on, and as well as like the safe for the guests, for example, here this area to see how it's going from another side. So the cabins, location of the cabins, we want to place it somewhere in this part because we are planning around, from our first calculations, we are thinking we'll have around 50 workers. So, and to make sure we're actually saving a little bit more of space for like to make proper smoking area and some, let me go back. So here, as you can see, because obviously we could put cabins, but we decided that better idea will be to put them one on top of each other. It worked fantastically in the previous project. So here the first layer will be toilets, will be changing room, Second level is for canteen. So up to 80 places easily we can put there the chairs and stuff. So basically, in case there are some extra guests, we are ready for that as well. I'm sorry, third layer will be offices, our offices, clients' offices. So to make sure we have a short way and to exchange information and to see what's happening on the side from these windows. And the last one, as you can see, this terrace is like our viewpoint. So if I go back to, we will be able to see from the terrace actually entire site, and we can see what's happening there, how is everyone is working, or maybe there are some areas that we need to keep an eye on and to improve. It's always better, to have as well better view from the top. So this the idea. We would like to put this kind of cabins, 5 columns, 3 layers. It can be maybe another roof or like something extra here should be more than enough. Storage requirements in our company, we value a few rules and we try to follow them. We design the storage areas for plants, materials, waste, flammable substances, plastics. As well, it's very important when we manage our storage area, our storage requirements, we keep in mind pedestrian roads, because it's very important for us to avoid accidents when happen during like loading, unloading. So no one who is not necessary should be at that point, like to divide these two fields. As well, for flammable materials, we will have some space. Storage at height, maybe yes, maybe no. Likely with this project we have enough space, so we might not necessarily need it. But if yes, we're gonna use it for the bricks, to store the bricks, or the blocks. We'll use um, forklift to load them. Tidiness and deliveries as well. Deliveries. If I go back to now to site plan, so let me explain a little bit more how we decided to manage it. So for our machinery, we want to keep it here. So when the workers they come to the site, the drivers they have easy and fast access to the machinery. We want to keep it here. So these gaps, they're actually gates, right, in the barriers, basically. So the machinery coming in from this road, this side and this side. So exit and entrance, right? This will be the main storage area where we are planning to keep the essential and needed during our everyday work materials and tools. So we're planning to have here our store, main store, and as I mentioned, likely we have enough of space, and we designed a little bit more of storage area. So here we're planning to keep like concrete manholes, pipes, something that is not needed in our everyday work but requires a lot of space. So we would like to keep these products a little bit far away and to have quick and easy access to this storage area here. So avoiding as well our keeping in mind the traffic road on our side, and of course the coach area. This is where we wanted to keep it far away, very well secured, and definitely easy access mm, and yeah, easy access. Talking about coach area, I forgot to mention when I was presenting our site plan. Emergency point, as you can see, it's here. So we would like to make it connected to the school road. So this is our second gate. It obviously will be closed, but about site security, I will mention why. Those 3 squares that you can see here, there are actually guard cabins when we're gonna have the guards. So basically they will monitor, we'll have a face scan gate. So that's why we know who is on site, what time, who came in, who came out, and how many people we have on site as well. So it will help us. But in case we have some emergency, like say lack of electricity, or something is functioning, the system is broken. Obviously, the worker, our guard, will be working here. Will have as well like traditional old school notes making who is on site. So that's why still we can monitor in emergency case if the system failed. We still have access to this, and to make sure emergency point, there was a big gate as well. If so in case of fire or something, they will have quick access here. We remove the barriers here as well, easily and fast, and they will have access to the most of the site and storage area if needed. So this is talking about, and obviously tidiness, obviously housekeeping. Our company is very famous, and probably that's why one of the reasons you chose us. Where is housekeeping? We believe there are less accidents. So this is important for us. I mentioned already the storage requirements. So let's tell me a few words about site security. So obviously, securing our construction site is vitally important to prevent the loss of valuable tools, machinery, materials, robberies, and intruders in construction industry, in construction sites. They are very famous. It's a common thing. So we want to make sure we are ready for that. And we want to make sure we don't lose that much money. We prefer to invest those money into safety instead of lost value of the tools that got stolen. So that's why, as I mentioned, we're going to have in the main face scan system. That's to monitor who is on site. CCTV system, definitely the camera, starting from here on the cabins on top, every single corner, machinery, a lot of cameras here as well to see even in case if something got broken, lost keys, whatever, we will definitely know about that. Emergency point, coach area, basically here on the back as well, cameras. Intruder alert system, if cameras, they don't work or something, we'll have the alarm system that will detect any movement outside of working hours. So that means obviously no one has to be during that time on site. I mean, something is moving. Hopefully, they're just foxes and not any other intruder. Guards and cabins, guest logs, as I mentioned, and hoarding to separate construction site from the public. And now I will ask one of our managers who is more specialized in his field than me to present his part and to explain you better. So thank you for my part, and yeah. Fire, safety and evacuation.
Okay. I'm the manager responsible for fire safety and evacuation. Our plan will highlight the following. We're going to make sure that we have fire marshals for every shift. Their roles are responsible for situations where fire occur, and they also be responsible for training all people on sites. On site, we're going to ensure all passageways are clear in case of an emergency. We're also going to make sure the exit routes are clearly marked. We're also sure all staff are aware of the various exit routes around the sites, ensuring quick exit for all staff working in various areas of the site. All emergency doors that open easily will be clear and accessible at any point in time. Another thing is we want to make sure that there's emergency lighting, and this is going to be installed and checked regularly. So we won't have any issues in dimly lit areas. Next page. As I said before, we're going to have compulsory fire training for employees, and also we're going to have a constant check to make sure all exits are clear. In case of emergency with a fire, we're going to have a designated fire safe meeting points as highlighted on the plan, and we're going to have a register to make sure that the same all staff are accounted from the beginning of the shift. Also, there's a plan for people with mobility needs, and we're going to make sure that we have staff that are trained, so we know how to deal with people with these issues. There's also going to be a physical plan of the fire exit plan and instructions placed in essential areas around the site. Yeah, so the main thing is to make sure all staff are aware of the procedure in case of a fire, and the designated meeting areas, and also full instructions of what to do in case of the emergency. All fire extinguishers or extinguishing material will be available and in working condition. So there'll be somebody, the fire marshals will be making sure of that. And obviously, we're going to have a regular audit of all fire emergency equipment, as I said before. The next page. The accident plan. In regards to formulating an accident plan, we've chosen to adopt a 3-tier system. Tier 1, this is the lowest tier, and it's planned for low-level accidents. Example, trips, falls, and light abrasions. Tier 2, this plan is designed for incidents classed as serious, where the injured person has full consciousness and do not have a life-threatening injury. But obviously, it's more severe than Tier 1. Tier 3, this is the highest tier, and this tier is designed for any incidents which are classed as severe, whereby immediate emergency assistance is needed to prevent the loss of life or any limbs. Next page. There'll be a clear emergency plan created if in case there is an emergency over the weekends or when the premises are closed. There'll also be full communication with all emergency services in case of fire emergency, where a site plan layout will be available in case these persons need this information. This will help make sure that we have the fire services are clear on where they need to go and save time in case of emergency. There will be a simple plan showing the locations of all hazardous items. That's another thing that will be important for the emergency services. Rescue equipment will be clearly marked and will be highlighted with emergency lighting. Systems and audits will be conducted to ensure emergency doors and exits are unobstructed and clearly marked. Next page. There'll be a nominated person for these situations that will take control. These people have the necessary skills, knowledge, and technical experience to manage any foreseeable emergencies. There will be a detailed written plan for essential actions such as emergency plant shutdown, isolation, or making processes safe. This plan will identify important items such as the shut-off valves and electrical isolators, etc. As I said before, all procedures will be written down and will be given to all employees. And obviously, we're going to make sure that all people with disabilities or vulnerable workers are catered for. Work will only resume after the emergency services confirm there is no further residual risk and that the site is safe to continue work. Next slide. Any other potential emergencies? Obviously, we've just come through a pandemic, so we have that in mind. Natural disasters, with global warming, a lot of stuff is happening: floods, earthquakes, tropical cyclone, oil spills, everything. That we've got a plan for that. Heat wave. I think the record was 22, so I was trying to beat the record. So I've put a few here that might be a bit out there, but you never know. Active shooter, winter storm, thunderstorm, severe weather, tsunami, power outage, chemical emergencies, and we got a few more: wildfire, explosion, tornado, emergency evacuation, suicide bombers, staff strike, threat for other countries, financial threats, cyber attack. Okay, so now we're going to go on to traffic management plan. Our plan, the traffic managed plan is based on efficiency and organization. Due to the residential nature of the location, we plan to arrange a one-way system with fully competent dams, traffic marshals that are trained and have the IT data to know what deliveries and extractions we have coming and going from the site. This will help to prevent a build-up of traffic. As I said, on the site plan, you see details for the COSH areas, emergency points, and exclusion zones. The site entrance will be made into a controlled zone. So, you know, in this day, we have people, protesters, and other security threats. We've catered for that through a controlled zone into and out of the site. Next page. Also, as I said about efficiency, we decided to have a few designated electric car charging points for staff members who drive electric cars. We feel that this will be an environmental positive addition to the site in regards to the local community and environmentalists on clean energy. The speed limit for the site will be a maximum of 10 miles per hour. This will be signposted all over the site so everyone knows. Yeah. Another thing is, although we have the trained traffic marshal professionals, we propose to have a designated area for vehicles to park while we can re-establish and reshift the vehicles around to make sure that there's no issues with traffic and blocking the roads. Yeah. Once all vehicles are parked, there'll be a safe and clearly marked pedestrian route leading to all areas of the site. Next page. Oh, and my last topic is to do with document control. The following documents will be available on site in physical and electronic format. I'll just run through a few of them. Initial review and identification of project environment obligations, EMP, including schedules of aspect, risk, and details of their control, waste management plan, details of emergency environment arrangements, copies of environmental license and consents, environmental permits, next page, waste transfer documentations, environmental inductions. We'll have all the plans, every document that we need, we'll have in both physical and electronic version. And now I'll pass on to my colleague to talk about the next subject.
Hello, my name is Alex. I'm one of the managers and I'll do a quick presentation. So let's get started with the first and the most important rule of employer, which is the health, safety, and welfare at work. We will make sure that we provide a good, safe, and warm environment for our workers and to make sure that they have access to the best welfare facilities. We will provide the following for approximately 50 workers inside and 10 workers in the offices. We will put in place the following sanitary conveniences in which will be adequately ventilated and lit and be kept in a clean and orderly condition. Obviously, will be separated from women. We're gonna have approximately 10 toilets. Washing facilities in the immediate vicinity of every sanitary convenience and in vicinity of any changing room. Hand washing facilities will include a supply of hot and cold water, soap, paper towels, and hand dryers. Also, drinking water will be provided and made available at accessible and suitable places. Recyclable paper cups and special bins will be put in place to toss the cups. Changing rooms and lockers will be provided. There will be separated changing rooms and lockers for separate use of rooms by men and women. Changing room will be provided with seating and facilities to enable a person to dry any personal clothing, obviously in bad weather condition. A canteen with warm food and drinks will be in place, only non-alcoholic drinks, obviously. So soft drinks, teas, and coffees. Facilities for rest areas will be provided. We will have 50 tables with 50 chairs with chairs, 5 kettles to boil the water for tea or coffee, 5 microwaves for anyone who brings his own food from home, and we will have 4 fridges. A team of cleaners will be taking care of the tidiness of the areas. We'll go through the site signage. We will have 5 types of signage in our site, which will be displayed at site entrance, inform all persons entering to the site about the health and safety requirements for the site. Also, these signs will be installed through the site. Well, I'll give you some examples. Prohibition signs. Obviously, I'll give you 2 examples. No smoking or no access for pedestrians. Next page, please. We've got warning signs. They obviously warn people of hazards or dangers. I've got 2 examples for those, like overhead load and corrosive materials. We've got mandatory signs. They inform people of things that they must do. For example, eye protection must be worn, and also pedestrian must use this route. Next page, please. We've got also emergency escape and first aid signs, which points to examples like emergency escape route signs and eye wash, emergency telephone for first aid or escape. We also have firefighting signs. Those are the fire hose, fire extinguisher, fire point ladders, fire hose. Next page, please. We also have site rules. We've got in our site will be 23 simple construction safety rules to keep yourself and others safe from wearing your PPE to following procedures. You can help make your site a safer place to work and prevent accidents. I will only present 5 of them because it's gonna be too long to present 23. For example, do not start work without an induction. Always report to the site office to sign in and out of site. Obey all the signs and rules all the times. Never remove guard rails or guards. Also, high-vis clothes, hard hats, safety boots, safety glasses, gloves must be worn all the time. Please. Next page, please. I'm gonna pass this to my colleague Mario, and thank you very much.
Okay, my name is Mario. I'm the manager for this. I help on this projector on this project. Okay, I'm on the induction producer checklist. Okay, site induction will be carried out by site manager every morning at 8:30 a.m. to 9:30 a.m. on induction room. Everybody that attend that site will have to go through a site induction. Everyone sign it. When it's finished, the induction should be have the PP. Everybody need to sign the method statement. The RAMs need to be explained to them everything before you sign. Risk assessment as well. For the insert induction, when I spend today, when I make the insert induction, I spend today. The housekeeping is very important for our company. If it's the site is clean, it's clean, it's safety place to work. I explained today the fire procedure, like a fire marshal who is, how is the how is the route escape and assembly point in case the fire, okay, hazard and whatever is hazard, example, deep excavation, it's overload something. Okay, I explained today. Copy, I take copy for certificate training, and if it required a translate, I give it to him. Next page, please. Okay, a permission and notification. Permission F10 documentation have been submitted and approved, and local council has been notified and accepted the planning a permission for the construction of 6 brick and blocks house and problem case. Next page, please. Okay, notification now. Local school has been engaged and notified. Local farm, notification house for home running around all the neighbor, electricity board, and environment agency, local highway agency, local transport company, ambulance service, fire department, a police department, CSS came and considered possible next contractors. Next page, please. Mental and healthy policy. The Mental Health Act 1983, it's in place. The Mental Health Act is the main piece of legislation that covers the assessment, treatment, and rights of people with the mental health disorders. Treat the mental health problem seriously, identify the issue, and work with the employee. Support all staff faced with mental issue, maintain a healthy environment that staff feel comfortable, safety, and happy to work it. Specialists visit on site to discuss to the staff about their mental health and education. Mental health first aid inside. I have one. Next page, please. Other consideration. Local, I can use in this job local contractor and labor, recycled waste. Income for the recycled is go to local charity and support the local institute. Example, support the Christmas tree. Thank you very much. Okay, anything else? Yes, I would like to fix the footpath, and as social case, you would like to renovate some classroom in the local school. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, gentlemen. Thank you very much for listening.
Thank you very much. Thank you much.
And hopefully our cooperation and communication will be at the highest level and everyone will be happy from this project.
Let's give that a round of applause. Come on. Okay. Okay. Can I now invite the first questions, please?
Yes.
Maybe it will be helpful.
I have some questions for each one of you guys.
Please, go for it.
Should I go for all of them or should I say one?
I didn't see that.
It's up to Alex. It's up to Alex's team how you handle the questions. I'm just a fly on the wall.
Okay. So the first question is for Sergio. I've seen your plan, your drawing. Do you have pedestrian crossings for your pedestrians on your routes?
Do you mean inside or outside? Because that area here, the gray one.
Inside of the site, I mean.
Okay, so
where people are separated from the traffic and the storage areas, their path is coming with the machinery. Do they have crossings, or do they just cross and watch both sides?
That's a very good question. Thank you for asking. So, when we were designing the walkway on our side, we would love to separate the traffic, the machinery, even the storage area. So that's why we designed it three main walkways. As you can hear, is one here. So keep in mind the blue one are our barriers, fences. So this is the first main one. This is the second one. So they will have the access to the main construction zone. They will have here the access to the storage area. And this is the third one. They will have to cross only in two places. So where you can see here, that gray one, we will need our crane driver to get to the train. We'll have signage here and stuff. And this is going to be the second one from here as well to get to the machinery. Or if someone wants the shortcut, but obviously they can get it going all the way around up to here this way. But definitely we are planning to keep our traffic marshals to make sure if they cross this way, it's secure and it's monitored.
Okay, so you will have crossings in place in them areas,
Definitely,
yeah?
not many, few of them, and we try to minimize as much as possible.
Okay. I have a question for you. Probably it hasn't been drawn right. In the storage area, how do you plan? Do you have a gate there? Because I cannot see it on your drawing. Do you have gates to go
Right.
into the storage?
Yeah, so this is the store. This is like the gate, one gate here.
Yeah.
Depends on once we are on site, once we have the material, we'll see. Probably here will be another gate, and probably here like 2-3 more gates, but here definitely. So the machinery, the deliveries, they come this way, they stop. So here will be as well open, like the gate, and the access here and here as well.
Okay, so it's gonna be a gate there. Okay, I have another
Definitely.
question for Stormzy. I will run through all my questions and then I'll let my colleagues ask their questions. So Stormzy, I haven't seen where is the nearest hospital.
Yeah, that will be on the plan for sure. That's going to be briefed to all the staff.
Okay.
I haven't got into details. Obviously, we haven't mentioned the actual hospital, but it's part of the plan.
Okay.
All staff members, they're going to be briefed on fire points, what three words, location, nearest hospital, and everything that they need. It's all going to be all over the site. That's part of the plan.
Okay, the next question is for Alex. What is happening with the money from the warm food canteen? Are you gonna make profit on that, or you're just gonna?
Obviously, it's not our
Christmas
company.
party.
It's not our company catering food. It's gonna be a separate company which are gonna come and sell their food. It's not our company. So we're gonna hire another obviously
Okay, got that.
Good question, to be fair. Good question.
yeah, it's not gonna be us. It's not gonna be us. It's
I'm
gonna
not
be a
gonna
different
go
company.
deep into details. I like that answer. I'll go to Mario. I've seen you have considerate contractors.
Yes.
What does that mean, Mario?
Good question.
Okay, contractor. That is mean small. How is name? Subcontractor, no contractor. Maybe I write them wrong. Okay, maybe subcontractor. You need to come the work inside for
So
the
you
local.
mentioned you will be part on the considerate contractor scheme. That's my question referring to.
Okay.
Basically, we're just being careful on who we using to be our.
Okay, and let's not waste too much time. I want to give you a grand applause for supporting the neighbors and charities in the school. And that's all my question list. Thank you,
Brilliant.
guys.
Oh,
Thank
Adrian,
you.
Adrian, brilliantly constructed answers there, questions there, mate. Well done. Well done. Okay, next question. We've got time for maybe two more.
Okay, I have for Sergio. Okay, Sergio. So, when delivery come on site, so where is your loading bay exactly? Because I can't see it.
Yes, thank you for asking that. So we are thinking about making this area because still it's like some available. And because it's next to the crane, we'll be able as well to load and unload. And probably we are thinking that that area, loading, unloading bay will be somewhere near here, next to exclusion zone, next to the crane. Machinery, if we need some maybe unloading with the diggers, we will see. And yeah, probably here and later going in the storage areas.
All right, thanks. Thank you.
I have some questions as well. We haven't been made very clear of what our duties are as a client.
Gonna fund the project.
Pay us.
Just pay us.
The main duty.
Yeah.
And we will make sure the project goes. And we would like to make sure, because obviously we'll get designs from your company, we would like to have close contact to the designers in case of some discrepancies and stuff, so we can cooperate as well. Yeah, so we would like to have the communication flowing to make sure you are responsible, because it's not only us, the designers as well. Probably some of the materials will be purchased by you. So we will need to discuss the weekly meetings we would like to have as well. If we are behind our program, ahead, behind, what changes should be made to make sure the projects go smoothly. So that's
obviously we're gonna need to sit and discuss before the project will start.
What are our concerns? What are your concerns?
Exactly.
But I guess this is the subject for the next meeting.
Thank you. Just one more quick. And I see you have a crane over there.
Yep.
But it's not very good because it's in the middle, and then you have all the pedestrians and routes to go around the crane. And when you do the lifting, obviously, it's just a little bit of concern how you're doing the lifts with the crane in the middle and all the pedestrians and the car routes around the crane. How are you going to do that?
Obviously, when a lift is gonna occur, is gonna be set up exclusion area, and
larger exclusion area.
Roads are gonna be closed, pedestrian ways are gonna be closed, and everything is gonna be on set when the lifting is gonna be in place.
Assuming you're gonna have backsman on either side where you want to close. Most of the lifts obviously will be down in from the storage area to the site on where you're gonna build.
Correct. Yeah, so there was actually pretty dodgy to plan crane position because we didn't put it very close to the school. We tried to avoid any single loadings, liftings next to the public areas, especially school. We couldn't put it here close because we have a pond and the ground there is not stable. We need to make sure we keep the distance for the foundation of the crane. Yeah, as my colleagues mentioned, we'll do exclusion zones, we'll have backsmen, and we will try to limit liftings, just like to make the most important ones, right?
Thank you.
And guys, that's actually over 5 minutes of questions, and I know that there's a World Cup football match going on this afternoon involving Poland. So I think we better wrap that one up for now, and let me stop the recording. So just bear with me, and that's the end of that one. Well done.
I have a question for Adrian, if I may.
Good. Finished.
do you want this one on cam? Do you want it on camera or not?
I